Kentucky Derby Prep season continues this Saturday at Fairgrounds with the Grade 3 LeComte Stakes. Let's do this. Hey everyone, this is Vinny from Picks by Dynasty here to do a race preview of the Grade 3 LeComte Stakes Kentucky Derby Prep this Saturday at Fairgrounds. 10 points will go towards the winner, 4 points will go to second, 2 points to third, and 1 point to the fourth place finisher. We have a field of 9 that are signed on to take on this mile and a 16th contest, and we'll just start from the rail out. Number 1 is Surfer Dude, who is one of 2 Dallas Stewart trainees in this field today. Uh, this son of Curlin most recently finished third in the Gun Runner Stakes back in December. He finished third behind Epicenter, who is likely to be the favorite in here. And breaking from the rail, I think actually benefits him. He does have early speed, and he was a part of the pace in that Gun Runner Stakes. He did survive the pace pressure and finish third, even though it was a distant third. I think he's going to be another key pace player today in this race. I don't think he's a major win contender here unless this track is playing towards speed all day. This is the last of 14 races on the card. So if the track's playing to speed, you'll have plenty time to know if you should use Surfer Dude or not as a win contender. Personally, as of right now, he is not on he won't make my tickets. I do think he is a major factor in the race, though, making sure the pace is a little faster. But at the end of the day, I think he's a toss as a win contender. The number 2 is the second of the Dallas Stewart entries, Unified Report. And this undefeated son of Unified is trying 2 turns for the first time and is trying Open Stakes Company for the first time as well. He is 3 for 3. He's won a couple restricted stakes. He seems like he's going to be one of the wise guide horses in this field. He's able to sit off the pace. He's able to pass horses in the stretch. He's going to get the pace that he needs with his stablemate to his inside with Surfer Dude. I just not sure if he's good enough to win here. I don't think the 2 turns should be an issue for him though. So if he is good enough, he will be there. I think he'll be a factor as they turn for home. The thing to like about him, if you're a buyer speed figure person, his last out buyer is an 80. The tops in this field going into this race is only an 88. So he's really only 8 points off the top here. And that's not too far behind where we could see a horse like this jump up. I would take a shot with him. If you like this horse, don't be talked off of him. He's got a good pedigree. He's run good in the past. It's just it's honestly if he's good enough to step up in class into Open Stakes Company. Uh that said, also though, I will probably be tossing this one as I think there's a couple other ones that are just a little bit more intriguing. The one of those runners is the number 3 Pappacap. Pappacap is sired by leading freshman sire Gun Runner, and this horse just keeps impressing everyone, in my opinion. His most recent finish was a second place finish at 15-1 in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, behind likely 2-year-old champion Corniche. And he just keeps improving every race. He's run twice now at this mile and a 16th distance on his last 2 races. He's finished both times second behind Corniche, and he actually in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile made up a couple lengths on Corniche from that previous start. I think he's a main contender. I won't be surprised if he goes off as the favorite. Even though I do think he'll end up going off at second choice. He's one of those horses that I think everyone already is looking towards the next Kentucky Derby prep for him, as he looks to be a mainstay on this Derby trail. I'm just hoping to see a top 3 finish from him today. He already has Derby points, so just adding on. He doesn't necessarily need to win today, even though a win would be nice after running second in his last couple. Uh, and he also just seems like a horse that makes his own trip. So for those reasons, I think Pappacap is a major player in today's LeComte. The number 4 is Truffle Gar. Sorry if I butchered that. For trainer Al Stall. And he does already have a win at this distance over this fairgrounds main track back on December 2nd. He was a $300,000 2-year-old purchase sired by Lord Nelson. My issues with this one is that his win at this distance, he had Lasix. He was also only carrying 117 pounds. Today they're carrying 122. He was the favorite and he just won. He got up right at the end of that race. If you go back and watch the replay, I don't know. I feel like if he was as good as if he was as good as as some of the others in here, I think Joel would have come in for this. Joel rode him back at Churchill Downs when he broke his maiden without Lasix. I don't. I'm just not. I'm not super sold on him. Uh, I think he could finish underneath, but I think this horse has to not only improve but has to handle distance limitations as well. That this horse has shown in his first few starts. So he is a toss for me as well. The number 5 is Epicenter, who it will be the likely favorite in here after just blowing the doors off of the Gunrunner Stakes field back in December here at Fairgrounds. And this horse did nothing wrong. This horse did nothing wrong on in that race. He got a perfect trip. He took the lead turning for home and just never looked back. He's going to be a threat in here. He's got tactical speed. He does not need the lead though, but I think he will be right off the early pace. There's- I expect this one to be the favorite, and Joel picks this one over the Al Stall trainee. I think this horse could be the real deal on especially on this fairground circuit, and I would not be surprised if he wins impressively here again today. The number 6 is Cyberknife, trained by Brad Cox, and the jockey will be Florent Giroux, who last year had the LeComte favorite Mandaloon, who finished third and then went on to finish second in the Kentucky Derby. Might be the Kentucky Derby winner somewhere down the line, but again, just shows how good this race can be, and that Brad Cox does point some of his better horses, better 3-year-olds to this spot. Although I am not too high on Cyberknife in this spot. Um, he did win last time out over this fairgrounds track, but it wasn't that impressive. If you watch the replay, it seemed like the horse did everything he could to lose, and he still he beat a field that wasn't that impressive and still isn't that impressive. Um, he did have Lasix that day, and he was really searching for the wire late. This is a big jump in class, trying stakes company for the first time. I I mean, I think this is a Brad Cox horse that you can safely rule out. I'm not using him. If Brad Cox beats me here with this one, he beats me. But I think tossing him will definitely add value to your tickets, as since he's a Brad Cox trainee, he will likely take money. The one factor that he does have going for him is he's adding blinkers, so he's likely to be a part of that early speed with Surfer Dude today, which I don't see either of these two horses going gate to wire. But I think if they both go, we're definitely going to see the horses come a little bit more from the back of the pack, which is how I see this race going. So while I am tossing him, I think early on in this race he'll be a main pace player. The number 7 is Blue Kentucky, and I I think this is a safe another safe toss here in this field. Uh, I don't think this horse wants any part of 2 turns. I think this horse is a sprinter through and through, but I think this mile and a 16th is going to be a little too much for him. Uh just just nothing about what he's done screams 2 turns to me. He should be a price if you do like him, and maybe hope he can get up for 3rd or 4th and use him underneath of exacta or of trifectas and superfectas, but I think this is a safe toss, and I think this is just the connection seeing if they have anything here. And if he doesn't run well here, expect this horse to run back at 6 furlongs next time out. The number 8 is Call Me Midnight for Keith DeSormo, and while he unlike Blue Kentucky, I don't really think he has much of a chance. At least I think he can get the distance. He's run well at the distance. He just seems to be limited on just natural ability and talent. So he does look a little overmatched here compared to the likes of Epicenter, Pappacap, and Unified Report. But I don't think he is. I think he is a horse though that could definitely pick up pieces late in this race. I not a win contender, but one I would key underneath if you're playing, especially if you're playing like exotics keying like Epicenter or Papa Cap on top. I think Call Me Midnight could definitely add value to your exactas and trifectas. And the distance does not, like I said, distance should not be an issue here. He's going to be a long shot, but he is a long shot that I think I think he's going to outrun his odds for sure. And the number 9 on the outside of the field is the most inexperienced runner of the bunch, presidential for Steve Asmussen, the second Steve Asmussen runner in this field. And while he's inexperienced, he is intriguing. He's coming from Indiana Grand and coming off a very long layoff as he hasn't run since August of 2021. But he looked good in both of those races. And I know the buyer speed figures are a little low on him, but he was running at Indiana Grand, so I don't think you can expect very high buyer speed figures out of Indiana Grand. And he's going to be on the outside, and he should get a pace. And he likes to sit. He likes to sit off the pace and come from off the pace. He is my long shot pick in this race. Uh, if he I don't think Asmussen's sending him here thinking that he's going to run terrible. He has another horse like Call Me Midnight that I think will outrun his odds. And you should get very good odds on Presidential as coming from Indiana Grand, coming off a long layoff. I think a lot of people will see that long layoff and kind of just disregard him. Uh, but one, if you have extra room on your tickets and you're not going to single in this spot, I think he's worth a use, especially on the back end of like pick fours and pick fives. If you're not going to use, if you're not just going to single a horse here, I think he's definitely worth a use. The pedigree's great. He's the most expensive purchase in the field. He was over $600,000 purchase. So I think there's talent here. Just you got to see if he can do it outside of Indiana Grand. And with that, my final picks here, I'm going to go with number 3 Papa Cap as my top pick here with Mark Cassie. I've liked this horse since last year. I liked him a little bit in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, so I'm hoping the Son of Gunrunner can continue to improve and can. I believe he is currently on top of the Kentucky Derby point standings since Corniche cannot earn, or any other Bob Baffert trainee can't earn points. So a win here, I believe, would give him over 20 points. So with that, my top pick in this race will be the number 3 Papa Cap. for Mark Cassie with Jersey Joe Bravo riding. Pappacap just continues to get better, and I think finally getting away from Corniche will do the trick. I think a win here, and he's almost, as long as he's healthy, this horse should make the Kentucky Derby gate. He's currently the Kentucky Derby points leader with 12 points since the Bob Baffert trainees of Newgrange and Corniche cannot earn points currently. So he currently has 12 points. A win here would put him at 22. Even a second place finish here would put him at 16. Well on his way to having enough points to make the gate the first Saturday in May. So I think this is a good starting point for Pappacap, and I think I think the way the race should shape up with there being enough pace in here, he should be able to be a major threat as soon like once they hit the top of the stretch, and I think I think he'll just grind away at these at the leaders late. So with that, thank you, and I will be back for the next Kentucky Derby prep. And good luck this weekend.